On to the next one. No, this one yes, this one is with the Angie, aka Lilith. I don't know why Lilith. Everyone has their own names, Duriel and Izual, but this one is called Lilith for whatever reason, even though it's not really Lilith. Lilith is going to be in Diablo 4. It's me. I just know that there are a lot of fucking witches and the shooting galore and stuff here. A lot of curses. Generally speaking, a lot of curses here, because there are going to be enemies present who are going to be cursing you quite constantly. I don't know if there is actually like a pattern of like where to find those bosses. Normally, I don't think that you even need to care about that. Like, if you already have some kind of gear that I have, it doesn't really matter. Because you can ass blast your way through this, no problem. Just beware that you can run into those bosses quite randomly sometimes. Oh, I'm bothering myself with dealing with those boxes, quite honestly. And yes, you need the cannot be frozen effect, simply because of the fact that you don't want to be slowed down. You definitely don't. As being slowed equals having problems here with sustain, lifesteal, all that kind of stuff. Oh, I actually ran into the boss. Take my words back. This is actually not hard without the life tap proc. If you don't have the like, if you have this sort of gear. But I mean, that's not exactly my gear. That's the gear from the save file. And yeah, if you wonder, on the last video where I have uploaded like the performance with the Barbarian setup, using those save files, you can actually go and check that link to the save files, download whatever save file you want, and start playing in offline, of course. While you wait for seasons, or whatever you're waiting for, you can do that. I don't necessarily think that you need here Enigma, though. Not unless you are a Summoner Necro. Because with that class, you just need that thing. Otherwise, you won't going to be... It's not so much for the movement, although for the movement also, but more for the... maneuvering your army around. That's your only meaningful way of actually staying in control when it comes down to your army. Because unfortunately, no pet attack command in this game, no nothing, and AI of your pets, of course, dumb as hell. So yeah, can be a problem. Okay, so that's the second Uber down. Small Ubers. I'll call them small Ubers. I don't really care how to call them, but I will say it's small Ubers. Forgotten Sands. Okay. That's a desert area with a lot of bugs and... yeah. Crawling shit all over the place. fucking god. Is the reason why I would be willing to hate torches for that effects it spreads. Like too much. A little bit too much. I've been seeing the performance from like the PTR when a streamer was doing Troll Barbarian. Sorry, I forgot the name of the streamer. It's okay, something. He makes a lot of content. Or Fortitude. He was doing some Troll Barbarian action in Chaos Sanctuary on player's 8. It was actually quite funny how much of a laggy experience that was once those flames started to kick in. There was a lot of lag. Basically, he was lagging because all the flames were spreading all over the place. But that was also because, like, in online, their servers are very unstable, so yeah. Still shit to play online. Because you have to think more about, like, oh, will I lag? Will I not lag? Will I lag? Will I not lag? I guess I am not lagging. Or maybe I am lagging. Or maybe not. Instead of just focusing on pure gameplay, you have to worry about some nonsensical stuff like that. I'm actually getting the hang of this Barbarian, though. And it's so easy to play with, like, if you're playing on a gamepad. Also, yes, this mod with which allows you to put more items on your mercenary makes your mercenary more alive in those places, because generally speaking, that mercenary tends to die very often in places like these. So in places like this, you normally are on your own. Basically, can't really rely on your merc. Here, though, my merc is still alive. I'm actually enjoying that because he provides aura and he provides that damage amplify. Not an expert in Uber killers, but the performance that I'm seeing when it comes to damage, I think it's fine. I think that in those places not only damage matters, but more so your survivability. And the lifesteal, well, basically survivability. How long can you maintain yourself, like, alive? That's the biggest thing. Why am I ditching damage in this sort of situation? Well, because melee characters just tend to, like, quite honestly, when it comes to damage, if you're willing to go into, like, the damage department, here in such places, like, you just need tons of lifesteal, good attack rating, resistances, as well as you need the KB. You need the KB, as you can see, I have 60% right now, which is relatively fine with the attack speed that I have. But most importantly, like, of course, you need something to prevent, like, deadly strike and stuff like that. You just need those, like, not the raw damage, but proccing stuff, KB and all that kind of stuff, and lifesteal. Lifesteal is very important because you can get blown into smithereens in like on Ubers in seconds. So yeah, a very good thing would be to have something good to sustain yourself. You don't want to die. That's the true story. Definitely not impressed with the amount of monsters that they have actually placed in here, because in the campaign you fight more monsters. That's simply inexcusable. Because, theoretically speaking, that's one of your endgame modes that you go into. You farm Ubers as a melee character, or a summoner. That's basically it. But truth be told, if your goal is to farm Ubers, you should be playing as a paladin first. Not because... Oh, hello. Not because meta slave or anything, but because he is the most, like, you can get through with him with probably the most budget setup and be okay. You can't do the same thing with the same Fury Druid or with a Barbarian. Paladin Smiter is the only character thus far who can deal with Ubers with the most budget gear possible. So if your goal is to farm Ubers as quickly as possible without investing too much time and money into farming, then look no further than the Paladin Smiter. And do not feel ashamed that you are actually playing as something like that, because let's be honest, like, if your goal is in farming and farming efficient, you pick efficient classes and you start to farm them. You don't look at, oh, this is broken, this is some other nonsense. Who cares? You make money. You make money, you make gold. Get your items, you can then level up your characters without, like, sitting on copium and waiting for when exactly something good is going to happen with the class that I'm playing. Quite seriously, so... Absolutely, like, I would as I said, even at the beginning, like, ever since I was playing with my first character, I don't fucking care what kind of character, like, what kind of character considers to be broken. This is a game about who farms monsters faster and more efficient. I literally don't give a shit about, oh, but this character is broken. Oh shit. Oh shit, no shit. Quite honestly, like, who the fuck cares? Anyway, those three are down. Let's go and open up ourselves a last waypoint somewhere around here, I guess.
Salutations.
The last waypoint is being opened by cubing those body parts that we have collected, such as you can see, Brain of Mephisto, Baal's Eye, as well as Diablo Horn. Cube those. And there is your Uber Tristram. But before actually going into there, River of Flame, probably the best place. Do something like that. You take Treachery from your mercenary. You stand in here. And you wait till the Fate procs. You basically need this Fate proc because you need resistances. At least I've seen people are doing this quite often. It procced. Give me that. There you go.
Put that to good use.
Now we can go to Ubers.
Good evening.
Tristram. Don't exactly know know which route to take. So I may be taking probably the most stupid one. Basically, you need to lure Meph first. There he is. No, no, no. Come here, come here. He's going to be summoning them non-stop. So your goal is to kill that guy. See, without life tap proc, he can give you trouble without the life tap proc. Life tap proc, basically, it's like X3 when you're healing.
Thanks.
On your lifesteal. Well, how the fuck can you? Oh well. Guess not. Diablo is stupid and he is going to be standing there and doing that, I guess. I guess Bale is too busy grinding the first. What an idiot. And he's dead. And the only one that's left is Diablo himself. I guess the gear is truly an over
Impossible.
kill here.